Now, is he there? Are you going to?
Sure.
Excellent. We've got this tall drink of water. I have to explain him to you. Now imagine Cupid with a bow and a quiver of arrows, making everybody fall in love. Well, in Dave Eger's case, it's a boomerang. And he throws it and he keeps getting hit in the back of the head and he's going, he's a terminal romantic and he's full of himself as a terminal romantic, which gives me great pleasure because I pride myself as a romantic as well. Dave Eger.
That last one ended with the wheel of the world, so I will start with Ouroboros. An ever-hungry snake winds wherever it can wind, gobbling up everything and anything it finds, digesting and expanding from every bit it swallows until at last it has eaten it all. In time the snake finds the end of its tail, which by this point has become pretty stale. But with no better meal for its mouth to find, it begins to munch on its own behind. Fix. We who lie here broken, what are we to do when the line to the fixer is too long or the price is too high, but start to fix one another? This one is Evermore. Cacophonous, calamitous, congested cues coloring the sky in unbefore-seen hues. You might want to check and see your dues are all paid, so you're on good terms when the facts are all laid out on the table. You better make friends while you're able. What I'm telling you, here's the gist of it. Here's the part you don't want to miss of it, because I'm talking about something you might not understand. And it's not the kind of thing you could hold in your hand. It requires understanding four-dimensional space. See the flowing of time as if you're running in a race where the course is continuously changing and positions are constantly rearranging so everything is always new. Every single thing that you do is something that has never been done before. It's why I don't see the point in keeping a score, because all that ever does is cause a divide. Makes you always see the other as the other side, instead of realizing all of us are all one. Ever since this whole universe begun, we are all remnants of a cosmic creation of people and of places and of civilizations. And though we all got here via different paths, the time is coming soon to let it all be the past. And I wasn't going to read this one tonight, but then Carrie read her love letter to humanity, so I was inspired.
She's here.
I can't see it. These lights are bright. I look around and wonder why we're still at war, soldiers giving their lives without knowing what for. I know that something happened with some towers and some jets, but the details are confusing, so I'm starting to forget. Meanwhile, I've been fighting on the streets every day, making sure if someone looks at me, I look the other way. I gotta hide those urges to look you in the eye. If you're crazy, that's a sure way for me to die. But everybody's searching for something good to find, turning eyes from each other towards the billboard signs. The airbrushed images all look so nice, but of course they forget to mention the price. The mercantile class is running the show, selling answers for anything you want to know. If you're looking for love and a life of happiness, all you gotta do is buy this expensive dress and go to this place where you pay a small fee to get a small chance to be all that you can be. And if after all that you still don't make the cut, just rinse and repeat till you're running in a rut. It's such a small fee, a small slice of the cake when compared to all of that money you make. What else are you going to do with all the dough you're earning? You don't have time for much because you've got work in the morning, and it doesn't really matter if you hate your job, because it gives you what other people want to rob, and at the end of the day, that's all you really require, that you are the object of someone's desire. Great minds that think alike have been imprisoned. Now they all think alike with their televisions. The media conglomerate will seek to confuse you, then show you the way where they will use you, make you feel unloved and alone so they could lead you along like a good little drone. It's all in the plan that they've been devising to program us to do their advertising while the politicians help to pave a clear path for the media moguls to cart all the cash, because the more they help take, the more they get reelected, and we keep getting robbed by a system we selected. From housing markets to college loans, what puts you in debt just makes you a drone, puts you at the status of a worker bee, no matter if you've bought a life of luxury. As long as you're in a monetary hole, that's just what they want, so you can be controlled. Because when 0.1% of the country's population has the wealth to buy off more than half of the nation, is there any doubt that we're manipulated? When you're praying for change but just getting frustrated, and the media tells you it's the only way, yeah, for them to make money at the end of the day, just like that thing that happened way back in September. But if you don't talk about it, will you still remember? Or will you even hear about the latest news if the media is told not to tell it to you? Power is uniting for the profits of the rich, burying the poor deeper in a ditch, but to fat financial strategists, it's all just a game. Disposable working class are pawns without names. Like livestock for slaughter, you don't want to get attached because it runs the risk your cold heart might crack. And you've come too far to have feelings like that, so just hide your remorse under more belly fat. Or lock it in a safe with the rest of the illusion and spread more lies to keep the public deluded. No one could know what happened to that gold or how our last chance for freedom was secretly sold. Thus beginning the beginning of the end, imaginary wealth for the banks to lend. A grandiose scheme of wealth confiscation, complete financial dominance by control of inflation, like an alchemist who makes gold from lead, but making it appear out of nothing instead. The only value now of money is in the belief that the dollar bill is something we still need. The bubble's growing thinner, anything might pop it, but no one with money is going to want to stop it. So it's time to fight back and time to realize we've all been brought up in a system of lies. From upper middle to one check from the street, we're all just wage slaves paid to lick rich feet, but don't be discouraged as I know you might, because together we can win this fight. And it'll take no violence, no knives or guns, just to not believe in make-believe funds. Rip up your bills, they have no real value. The true assets of this country are me and you. Respect the power of the workers, because you know they deserve it, because they do the labor. And turn the tables on the money changers, because we are the people, and they are strangers. Thank you, guys.